Hi everybody, namaste. Today I want to talk about spinal health and yoga. So a lot of people find their way to their yoga mats with achy low backs, pain in the neck, tight upper backs. Sometimes they come from an injury, they have chronic pain, or they're just tight. So whatever the case may be, to bring a little bit more of mindfulness and awareness to the anatomy of the spine and how you're sitting up tall can help you in your other postures. So generally, when a teacher says, and everybody sit up tall, you'll see something like this in a class. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. So a teacher will say, everybody sit up tall, and you'll see this, people, just from texting, from driving, from being over a computer, their shoulders are rounded, their heads are sticking forward, and the posture is not looking so good. So when they say sit up tall, you'll see students puff their chest forward. That will bring more of an arch to the low back, and their head's still sticking forward, and they think that's sitting up tall. But what you want to try to do, whether you do this with your legs bent or legs extended out in front of you, you can elevate your seat a little bit, and you want to really anchor down through the base of the spine without diminishing the natural curve in the lower back. So when you're told to sit up tall, try to really anchor down through your seat, pull your ribs in very gently, take the occipital ridge or the base of the skull back. So that will mean taking the chin in, down, and back. And you see how my head aligned over the base of my spine. Because you can sit up tall and have the shoulders back, but sometimes the head still comes forward because of the conditioning of the muscles, again, from texting and driving. So you want to try to improve that by just bringing a little bit of awareness of where your head is placed, softening the shoulders down. We're not jamming or forcing anything. Good posture is not going to happen overnight. Ribs in, base of the spine is grounded down, and you're lengthening from there. Now, sitting up tall might feel very awkward for most of us because it's actually challenging because we're so used to being kind of hunched over from the conditioning of society and what we're doing all day. So I'll show you something that you can do against the wall that might make it a little bit more easy. So find a wall in your home. You're going to stand with your back up against the wall, look down at your feet, and make sure the outer edges of the feet are parallel from one another. You're going to bring your heels maybe about an inch or half of an inch away from the wall. Notice the contact that your body has to the wall, the back of the body. So the sacrum bone, which is at the base of your spine, below the lumbar spine, the back of the shoulders, and the back of the head. And see if you feel these 3 points of contact touching the wall. And now work on your posture by gently taking your chin down slightly and in. Ever so gently press the head back into the wall to create a little traction for your neck. Relax your shoulders back and down. Feel a broadening across the collarbones and the chest. Draw the base of the spine down, and at the same time, take your inner thighs and direct them back towards the wall. Lengthen, ribs in gently, and press the pinky fingers back against the wall to allow the shoulder blades to hug towards the spine. Take a slow 5 deep breaths, keeping all of that activity in the body, the feet feeling grounded, and from there, all the energy working up into the legs, squeezing the quads, hugging them to the bones. And then from the hips to the crown of the head, you're lifting up. Ribs in, breathe. It's important to keep in mind when you do this practice, even though it seems very simple and basic, to do it with effortless effort. So don't jam or force anything or do anything to the extreme. So for instance, when I say take the ribs down, it doesn't mean to completely close the front of the body. Everything's subtle and with awareness, and you want to practice it slow. So you can kind of use these alignment cues with your breath. So as you inhale, you want to activate those muscles, for instance, in the thighs. And when you exhale, you want to try to soften the shoulders down. So there's always that balance of activity and mobility in the body. That's all I got. Namaste.